picks. We got XSET. We got ManCity. We got the action starting right now. Number 5 on your list, Sibo. You couldn't even say that with a straight face. At least number 3. I'm telling you, at least number 3. Round number 1, XSET, ManCity. All the predictions are already in. There's nothing you guys can do to change them. And right now, it's an 88% lean to XSET, with 12% of the vote going to ManCity. Now, we're going to start off with Trip. The pre-nade towards the middle. Nobody's going to be there to receive that one. Ritual standing on top of the truck on the other side. Muzz getting pushed. A lot of the middle control going to ManCity early, but we already got one stretching across enemy lines, but Edgy's going to go down. Muzz is going to fall. Trashy is there. Tripper knows somebody is being sneaky, and that's going to be an opportunity on both sides of the field for flags to go out. But ManCity, they don't have as much help. Marius is going to go down. They've all turned around to try to deal with Ritual, who's trying to have a clean run to the other side, and it's not looking good. Ritual figures out a way to go out to the middle. The mini-map is intact right now, and I think he has the flag out. Ritual still might be running this one as far as he can. Nobody's really there to contest him, but I do think the flag did get returned there in that moment. Ritual staying out towards the middle. Full players pushing out towards the outside, and this is where ManCity's going to have to make the first offensive stop. Perfect dynamite to slow Muzz down just a little bit. The flag is going to go out, but only for a couple of seconds before ManCity answers back on the defensive side, and this opens up the middle of the map. They can take as much space as they want, but before they go in for the flag capture, they know they need another round of eliminations as Cold tries to hop over. He gets damaged out by the cluster. Muzz gets 2. Threats goes down as well. XSET turned the table here on that push. And that was looking good for a moment, but ManCity seemed like they separated just a little bit too far. Now with XSET pushing up, Trashy taking the brunt of that damage and the focus, allowing Ritual to be a little bit more flexible and push in. But that's not going to be good. Trashy goes down. Luckily for XSET, they do trade it out with Edgy, so they're able to keep their presence upward. Cold going down to the middle. Another connection with Ritual and the dynamite onto Trippin, which leaves XSET a lot of time to continue pushing up and taking the space. Even with Edgy going down, because of the wave of the respawn, they continue to inch themselves up. Trashy going down. That one might be the thorn in the side. With only one member left in the form of Ritual. All of XSET finally got pushed off, but Ritual still buying time for XSET with another elimination onto Threats. And now we can see, even though they got pushed off, they're still able to push up towards the middle of the field, catch a couple players off guard. 2 quick eliminations for XSET as they continue to put pressure in. Threats is trying to arrow around. Everybody from XSET anchor through the middle. They know that's where the help is going to come from, and that's why you see this whole position change, giving up that side of the tunnel. But they know XSET, if they're going to continue to push forward, they need another round of eliminations. Edgy quick on his feet, quick and thinking even quicker. Bubble Shield going to go down. Still gets damaged, though. Has to be careful to not bite off more than he can chew. Multiple members of ManCity are ready to push out. They will. And that's going to be 3 straight eliminations for ManCity. What's up, Nephew Viper? And you can see the push coming in. Threats on the outside. 3 members of ManCity in through the middle. You can see the respawn coming in from XSET. Can they hold on to this positioning now as the cluster pushes in through the middle? Trip not really able to do much. Cold goes down as well. Threats is trying to sneak around, but he immediately gets sniffed out by Muzz, who takes him down. Another great defensive stop here for XSET. And that's been the story of the game so far, with about 3 minutes down and out of this one. It's been all defense all the way. Even though we have shines of greatness coming out from the offense, they're able to push up and take space. That's where it usually ends for both of these teams. Cold going down to Edgy, opens up some space. Muzz, no, Marius is in the window, pre-firing out. Another player is going to fall in the form of Tripper, and XSET moving up, taking space inch by inch. Even if Marius goes down, that's a sacrifice he's going to make. Cold finally able to take down one. Trying to do what he can. Knows Edgy's pushing up. Defends the throne yet again. ManCity, even with a wave of respawns not going in their favor, they seem to be doing everything right in the final moments. Finally taking down Ritual, raiding him off his sides. But again, it's those moments right there. Ritual staying up, Muzz having an opportunity before. It's their buying time. Even Trashy now. Look how much space in that overhead map XSET was able to take because of it. Big battle here. Edgy's going to win that one. More respect being demanded in his favor as Trippin's going to pop out at the last moment. But Edgy, that is a play right there. Edgy on a 2 spree, but an important 2 spree at that. That opens up opportunities, but they try to stretch those opportunities all the way across to the other side. Nothing's going to be able to work. Ritual gets pounced on. Edgy goes down. Less than 40 seconds left. With those eliminations there, it's going to be up to ManCity to try to make a last push, but it doesn't look like they're going to go forward. A couple of those players are still waiting back, making sure nobody on XSET is able to sneak through, which cuts down the amount of time they're going to be able to push up. With a great dynamite into the middle. Cooked it just a little bit, but unable to connect. Threats goes down. Cold falls. Edgy pushed it through the middle. Great connection from Tripram. That's basically going to save the overextension with 13 seconds left. That is going to be it for the half, and we're going to be knotted up at 0 apiece. Just like a soccer game. What's up, Nathan Plays Games on YouTube? Miscellaneous, can I get a skin? Yeah, you can get a skin when I reach 100,000 subscribers. Why not? We'll give them out. We'll give them out then. So in the first half right now, it's just been all like offense up until a certain point, right? Once they get to that middle of the field, they go to push in, try to get the eliminations for the flag capture, but it's not going to be enough. And you can see a big mismatch in eliminations coming out for XSET over ManCity, but they're just not able to transition those eliminations when they're deep into the ManCity spawn trying to go for the flag capture. That's been the story of the game for both of these teams for 5 minutes. And let's see, 5 more minutes on the clock. Let's reset it here for half number 2. Clicks is not in this. He doesn't play ESL, but his team of XSET, you can see the roster there in the bottom right. Muzz, Edgy, Ritual, and Trashy are in this. As Muzz goes down, but it's only going to be traded out. Not too much to worry about. Ritual just goes in. Just a little overzealous after getting that first elimination. Cut short by Triprin. But you can see a trade in positioning here. XSET having the pool. Marius and everybody else having those boxes. Marius is ready to fight for it. Even with Triprin going down to the spawn, that's actually going to be a decent opening. Multiple members of XSET mounting a little bit of an offense, even sniping in through the middle, making sure Threats goes down very, very quickly to Muzz. A lot of pressure coming out from XSET early on, but they still got 2 players deep into their side. Auto Lock with the follow. Shout out Auto Lock. Yeah, I did help create it, yes. Me and Marco. Creator of M80. Cold gets jumped on. Edgy with a double. Muzz gets 1. That was 3 players dead. Threats trying to turtle back, doing what he can. And Ritual's even taking his time, not wanting to bite off more than he can chew. Bubble shield going down. They spotted him out. Cold's going to get dropped as well, but that's a double bubble. That means double trouble as players are just going around. Threats gets taken down, or he actually takes down Trashy is what I meant, as a full defense comes out from ManCity. Told you, double bubble means double trouble. Marius get the flag all the way back for ManCity. Marius with the sneak flag. Marius gets the flag in. A 1-0 lead for ManCity over XSET. And now XSET are getting to be put in the pressure cooker. 3 minutes on the clock here. And only time will tell if XSET can make a late game comeback. Tripper spots it out. Great snipe for him to shut down the momentum of Muzz. Threats goes down. Cold's going to fall as well. This is good for XSET to try to bounce back, but Tripper, and he's going to get spotted out on the other side eventually. Muzz's going to be the one to spot him out, but nope, misses that shot. Not able to get any damage. Clean sweep for XSET off of their side. And you can see in the minimap, Edgy's the only one stretching in through long. The rest of his team is pushed up through the middle. Every one of these eliminations matter, and it gives them the freedom to continue to push up. Threats gets threatened. No pun intended, as Trashy continues to push through. They know he's in, hopping in, out of the window. Multiple members of XSET deep into the spawn. This is where things are not looking good. Counter cap opportunities can be underway. Ritual trying to get the flag out, but he gets cut short. Edgy gets the elimination, but a fresh respawn out of Threats. Says, not in my flag. You might not have seen it, but y'all heard the shots. Threats is letting them know this is my time. Let's hopefully he can close it out. Let's hope he can close it out here. Because that amount of disrespect means you have to close it out. You can't get upset. Edgy down. Ritual falls. Another member's going to fall in through the middle. Trashy's able to get 1, but Threats is still overextending. Drawing that pressure back, and he's not going to be able to do anything with it. He's going to fall. Ritual, he's trying to get 1. Stop the flag short for a moment. Threats is trying to stay alive, but Edgy, Ritual, the XSET duo, is able to take him out. This is where it's really going to get interesting for XSET. Half of the time they had when that flag was actually captured is already done and gone. 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the clock. ManCity, they don't need to pressure outward. They just need to be able to win a lot of these fights, or at least trade them away and let nothing sneaky go down. Trashy, Marius both fall. Opens up an opportunity there, which is quickly cut short. as Ritual gets taken down by Cold. Edgy around the corner. He's just trying to stay alive, but nobody from XSET is there to lend that helping hand. Even though Muzz finally shows up, his teammate still falls. They're only able to gain so much positioning of Muzz going in by himself. Cluster not able to connect, but Marius is there to follow up with the damage. Playing from Dallas this weekend along with Trippin. The zero ping threat is here as Threats gets two as well. Trashy finally able to get one, but I don't know how much is going to be able to happen, because XSET and the rest of the members still need to be able to push in, and Threats is still sneaking it through the outside. Throws the bevel, trying to sneak his way through, but Threats meets up with Ritual on the other end, and Threats makes magic happen again. Double from Marius. This is going to look a little like a nightmare, but Muzz, he wakes up from that one, tries to cut it short. That was a second capture opportunity here. This is where 20 seconds left. I'm not sure that's going to be enough time, but if anybody's going to have it in their back pocket, it is going to be Edgy, but he gets cut short. Bubble shield going down. Hopefully his teammate can utilize it, but that's Trashy who falls short of the goal line as well, as Cold reaches that 20 elimination mark. Ritual at least trying to get 20 for himself, because he knows the flag capture is not possible. And an upset to wake us up here in Championship Sunday. ManCity go up 1-0 over XSET in our upper bracket finals. We actually do not got a replay of that one because we didn't start the replay buffer. We don't have a replay. Sorry, we don't have a replay to show you guys. But man, 1-0. Let's look at the upset in predictions. 12% takes it out. ManCity wins map number 1, taking home the gold out of that one. But let's get another prediction up real quick. Let's not be stingy now. Let's not be stingy now that we won. Who wins map 2? XSET, ManCity. Got another 5-minute burner right now. And the upset for Vexy and Kyle. Believing in ManCity. They steal it. They 17,000. Isaiah, man. Should I just create a... Hold up. Go to video producer real quick. How do we go to highlight? I can't even highlight it. What the heck? I gotta go to my channel. That's what I gotta do. Hold on. And then I gotta go here. Oh, I gotta publish it first, bro. I'm doing everything out of order. There we go. Then we hit refresh. And then we should be able to see both of them. Oh, it's not until after I stream or after I stop, I guess. Maybe I refresh again. Let's see. Nope. Nope. It's unpublished while we're live. Well, we tried. We tried to get a replay. Unless you know me, nifty as can be, I'll figure out how to get the replay. It's unpublished while we're... Let me see. $104, $105. Where is it? Okay, we found it now. Let's actually clip the flag capture. Let's clip the flag capture. Oh, we missed it, though. We missed the window. Don't worry, game's back on, though. Okay. All right, game number 2 is about to be underway. I created a clip right now. That's crazy right now. I didn't even mean to. All right. You see how many channel points people give away to drink water? Bro, I have to, like, redeem those, bro. So many channel points were given away for that instead of actually bet. What's up, Just Trick, bro? I remember you. Nah, it's not. It's like this. I'm gonna leave the numbers rig. $100 lot. Well, what do you see right now? People get, okay. Let's see. Let's focus on the game right now. Let's focus on the game. Does look like XSET does have an early lead, but they lose control of the hill thanks to ManCity. Cold one shot. We're able to risk it, knowing that there's a strength in numbers. Him and Trip are able to get 2 together. Trip is on a 2 spree so far, trying to stay alive. XSET being pushed back. ManCity taking the lead on back. EMP on the other side. Shield's gone, and so is Cold. Ritual trying to do what he can. Tripper just get brought down to just little HP, and now he's on a 3 spree. Tripper on a 4 spree right now. It's actually Marius who stole it away. Can't Marius. Oop, doesn't get that one either. But Tripper is still hot right now after that first hill. XSET getting the first one on the next rotation. Immediately gets traded out. Marius and Trashy. Threads falls to Ritual. Edgy dancing around trying to avoid the explosions, but he runs into Cold. But that's still no matter for him. Takes him down with ease. XSET with the first successful defense. The first successful defense here on hill number 2 on this rotation. Let's see the lineup. Muzz watch the middle. Multiple members of ManCity bleeding in through the outside, but Threats Cold. They're both going to go down. Marius falls in the blink of an eye, and that's going to be 4 down and out for ManCity. XSET holding complete and utter control. 20 seconds left on the clock, and this is where after the next round of eliminations here, XSET will go ahead and try to push over towards next. ManCity is trying to make sure they don't get every single second of this time, but Edgy just holding the corner peak. 2 more down and out, make it 3, and that is going to be another defensive stop for XSET over this hill. You can see the overextension, but it is going to be Marius for ManCity. Going to be the first one over to the hill. Cold as well, getting the cross. Muzz getting dropped down to a little bit of HP before he goes out inevitably. Tripper gets another one on the Ritual. So that's going to be a nice, good amount of time that I think ManCity will be able to lock in, but somehow XSET's able to break through. Edgy's the one who made that play, and now he's trying to stay alive just a little bit longer, but he's unable to do so. Split spawns coming in. XSET getting that bar side, and they're trying to just go ahead and waterfall their way in, but Muzz and Trashy, both of them go down. Great spawn just in the nick of time, coming out for ManCity. Looking good as XSET, looking to make a comeback here. They're circling around towards the outside, but nice flank by Tripper and gets a little bit of a distraction on the Trashy. Made Muzz go by himself and basically gets both of those eliminations. Tripper, right place at the right time, and that's what you call a sacrifice for the greater good. Allowing for ManCity to rack up this hill time. Little bit scrappy, so they're not going to be in the lead just yet. They are trailing by 7, but first on the rotation here. XSET's ready to break that hold yet again, though. Neither team really able to have that equal footing, but with the scraps that XSET was able to send towards the hill, that's going to be a decent amount of time to start this one off. But multiple members of ManCity are bleeding in. 3v2 opportunity. Muzz just gets angled out. Nobody here for XSET on the other side. Just Ritual and Trashy in through the middle. They have to wait for everybody to come in. The dynamite bouncing off. They're waiting for the bubble shields to go out. Marius spots that one in the blink of an eye. Trashy with the angle towards the outside. Now Marius has to be careful, but he hops back in. But just a second too late. XSET was able to overthrow. They used their numbers. They used the mismatch on the other side. So as ManCity was able to get just 14 seconds out of this hill, XSET quickly takes him down and is able to bleed the rest of that hill dry. Even though Cold is trying to do what he can. Takes down Edgy. Just a few seconds they get rewarded with. I don't run ads, so I don't know. What's up, Norms? What's up, Breezy? Welcome to the streamsy. Is XSET once again. This time they're going to be first to this next hill. We've already seen their defense on hill number 1. If this is going to be anything different. And this is going to be a real surprising one. XSET losing one of their best maps in game modes this time around. Showing up strong on their non-good one. But this is what champions are made as Threats goes down. Ritual using the corner of that bubble shield to his advantage. And that's all he needs is a little bit of a crevice, just drawing everybody to his way. All that focus onto Ritual, and they were all taken down one after the next after the next. Sorry for that auto lock. Ritual 11 eliminations, finds his 12th on the Threats. Holding down this whole angle, trusting in his team to get the eliminations, and that's going to be for right reason. Muzz is able to get 2. Hill moving on over. We're going to have that reset in Hills, and XSET already going to be the first to the punch. They are continuously keeping the members of ManCity staggered on their rotations, not really able to spawn up as 5. ManCity, they either need to go into fights just like that or sacrifice the time to have a great push as a team. Luckily, they have Threats on their side, so they can use the ladder to build up that momentum. Looking around right now. ManCity needs all of this time if they're looking to get the lead or at least close to it as possible. But XSET immediately breaks the defense. Just once again, staggering out the players. You can see Threats is on respawn for a couple seconds. The rest of the members of ManCity, they got to move up, rightfully so. Trying to take as much position. Threats spawning in, finally trying to get to the mix. But before that, it is going to be a trade. Threats goes down as well. Cold falls. Mary is trying to cause a distraction, but for what? He's going to be able to at least get one, but that allows for teammates to come back and get utility. Coming back for E-Day. I mean, I never left. I was with Gears until the very last days. Gears left me. Ooh, nice shot by Ritual. Taking down Trip. Gets the Siphon. But it's not going to be enough to keep him alive. As Cold is able to move in, get that elimination, but 2 members of XSET holding down the hill. Trashy Muzz. Cold goes in by himself, but that's going to be distracted. Trashy not able to get that cross, but that's no way, no how. Muzz is at least able to get one. Finally, Trashy is able to divert his focus back on over to the hill, but a little too late for him. Edgies goes in, kicks Threats out of the hill, forced to reload, and the opportune time is there. Trippin comes in, lends the helping hand, gets the elimination, and allowing for ManCity start to build up this lead, or at least little by little. They need to be perfect here. They need to start to rotate to the next in a couple of seconds as well. Down goes Edgy. Trashy inching himself forward step by step. And because of him getting 2, Muzz getting 1, they threaten the rest of the scrap time. Muzz is going to get those few seconds, and they've eclipsed the 200-point mark. And now if we look at the mini-map, Marius being the first one to rotate on over to this hill. Threats is watching in through the middle. And this is where they're going to start to rack up some of that early time. Cold getting that spawn towards the outside. So Marius is going to get the help he needs, even with Threats going down. Trashy and Muzz, they're going to threaten that back bar side. Threz has no worry throwing his life away, but he's going to wait. He's going to wait this couple of seconds, even though it might have been beneficial. Marius goes down to the middle by Trashy. XSET taking multiple angles. They lose the focus. Cold and Marius get split up, but Cold is doing what he can. Frag grenade towards the outside. Threats spawning in and lending help just in the nick of time. Threats and Cold looking like a big and strong dynamic duo for the roster of ManCity, and they need this time. They won't be able to get the lead, but about 2:03 with every second as Muzz going in, trying to contest as much as he can. Edgy for the outside, but there's just a strength in numbers. They get separated, but finally Ritual with a flank. Even though Cold is able to get 2, it's just not enough. Forget the 200-point mark for ManCity. XSET is going to go ahead and eclipse their 220-point mark. Even though ManCity is starting to rear up and gain some momentum late in this game, I'm not sure it's going to be enough. XSET has been looking strong, but I might have spoke too soon. Both Trashy and Muzz both go down. And that's going to be a good amount of time right now. XSET is looking to stagger themselves out, hold, wait for the players to respawn in. That's about 10 seconds. ManCity was able to get his Threats, just gets melted towards the outside. Tripping on the 4-scope. A little unorthodox as he tries to go for the quick scope onto Thrashy. That's not going to be good enough as Threats sneaking around the outside. He gets angled out. Double team. He falls. This is not looking good for ManCity as XSET has now reached 230 points. Edgy holding down the hill. Muzz has the additional angle. This is not looking good as McCold tries to bleed himself in. He's going to fall. A winnable situation. This is danger zone for ManCity as Threats tries to win the fight towards the outside. He gets denied. Muzz is going in. That's the 3rd and straight elimination for XSET, and they know this is going to be a victory. They know this is going to be a tie series, and that was a molly-whopping of a game if I've ever seen one myself, as XSET ties the score up. In this lobby, no if and clips their 220-point mark. Even though ManCity is starting to rev up, that was a great one late in this game. I'm not sure it's going to be enough. XSET has been looking strong, but I might have spoke too soon. Both Trashy and Muzz both go down. And that's going to be a good amount of time right now. XSET is looking to stagger themselves out, hold, wait for the players to respawn in. That's about 10 seconds. ManCity was able to get his threats, just gets melted towards the outside. Tripping on the 4-scope. A little unorthodox as he tries to go for the quick scope onto Thrashy. That's not going to be good enough as Threat sneaking around the outside. He gets angled out. Double team. He falls. This is not looking good for ManCity as XSET has now reached 230 points. Edgy holding down the hill. Muzz has the additional angle. This is not looking good as McCold tries to bleed himself in. He's going to fall. A winnable situation. This is danger zone for ManCity as Threats tries to win the fight towards the outside. He gets denied. Muzz is going in. That's the third and straight elimination for XSET, and they know this is going to be a victory. They know this is going to be a tie series, and that was a molly-whopping of a game if I've ever seen one myself.
Trying to get the replays up right now. Replays up on the stream so you can not miss any of the action. Let's see. Prediction, managed prediction. ManCity with a 98% right now. 98%. Oh, hold on. Go back. I almost put ManCity as the win. I almost crumbled. XSET wins map 2. XSET wins map 2. It's so weird. But it's good. It's good. I love it. It's different. I love them both. Who wins map 3? XSET, ManCity. We're going back to capture the flag. For ManCity, won game number 1. Going back to capture the flag, where ManCity won game number 1. Unfortunately, they lost game number 2. But if ManCity can win the capture the flags and keep the upset streak going on that game type, that's all they're actually going to need. 3 capture the flags in the best of 5 series. So we already see. Controller is 500K. 500K. You guys can go ahead and get your predictions in. I wonder if it was a mistake for Trippin to use the scope that he used. That was an awful scope. Ooh, Cold gets sniped by Ritual. That's going to be first blood of the match. XSET getting another one onto Trippin. Trashy already overextending towards the outside. You see Edgy crashing into the middle. Yeah, that's going to be that duo teamwork in action coming out from XSET. They know they might need another round of slaves, but no, they're just quick. They're in a hurry. They know the bubble shield's down. Another round of eliminations might be necessary, but Trashy is quick. He doesn't want to turn around and worry about it. Tripp is trying to break out. Gets one onto Ritual, but a quick, and let me tell you, a quick flag capture by XSET. Less than a minute is all it took to start us off here in game number 3 with XSET answering back on what we know to be their strongest game type, and they've probably woken up the beast after losing that map number 1. Hopefully ManCity can keep the pressure on. We know what they're capable of, but you already see Ritual overextending towards the outside. Threat spawns up. Maybe he's going to be the one to deal with him, but Ritual getting the snipe onto Threats before going down. Another trade into the middle. It was going to end either way. If everybody could do me a favor and tweet the stream out to every one of your friends, that'll be awesome. As Cold ends up in a 1v1 versus Muzz. Muzz taking the time to hop up, but he did trade it out. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Nice Ritual pre-nade on that corner, taking down Cold. Trippin falls. XSET once again in a flag-threatening situation, but it's quickly shut down with Edgy and Trashy falling. Marius, hey, now's not the time. Now is not the time to be showboating like that. Trying to let him know, maybe even getting the heads of XSET. All about that mental game. 2 minutes off the clock. 3 minutes still remain in the first half.
One more have to go after this, no matter what the scoreline is, unless it is going to be a 5-0 as Marius shuts down Muzz, catches Edgy on the other time, just trying to keep him at bay, but he spawns up. That's going to be a nice snipe by Ritual. Trashy's going in on the flag. It's going to be out there for a moment. Marius just trying to cause so much distraction here for the squad as Muzz finally gets the shutdown. Multiple players moving in. Great defense coming out from XSET, denying that flag opportunity. Marius towards the outside. You see the lineup across the field. Taking it step by step. Trashy's going to be spotted out. He wins basically a 1v1. Maybe a little help from Edgy, but that's neither here nor there. 4 straight down and out for ManCity. You can see in the minimap, XSET immediately pushing up here. This is all mouse and keyboard players for the most part. There might be a couple controller players. Window is going to be taken by 2 XSET members. They're trying to keep Trashy at bay. There it goes. Trippin moves in, gets taken down. Trashy and Ritual now threatening the cap, but Cold is able to get one. Can he go back-to-back? That'll be big. No, he can't, but he does enough damage to make it easy for his team to try to go in and clean that one up. Denies that flag from getting out, and you see Threats, Trippin, both of them moving in, trying to take space. Both of them leaning in towards the pool, though. Threats has to be careful. He gets past the truck, but he gets spotted out by Ritual. Slow, very low HP here. So ManCity has to know if Threats is going to go down, it has to be a sacrifice for it as Cold tries to move up. It's going to be a trade. Cold for Muzz. Both of them go down, but Ritual is going to be the thorn in the side once again as Trashy moves past, almost unnoticed, but Threats finally spotted him out. Flag going to be grabbed. Trashy playing some mind games before he finally gets angled up by Cold and Threats. Big win here for Trip as he can, but he gets taken down by Ritual. That would have been the flag. Long gone there for ManCity and a chance to tie it up. Still a lot of time left in the game overall. 60 seconds left in the half. Threats get shut down. XSET taking their time here in this one. But they spot out Cold. Great damage on the Trashy. He gets taken down, but it's just going to be a sacrifice. Marius tries to make something happen across the field, but Threats takes him down. Big shots there by Threats as he takes down both Muzz and Ritual. Bubble Shield coming down. They spotted out Edgy towards the outside. Spawn's coming in. This is not looking good for Threats. He has to reposition. He does so momentarily, but tries to cut back. Threats with the quick one. Tries to bait somebody out. Takes down Edgy. Almost goes back-to-back. That was a great clinger there. At least an opportunity. A Trippin sneaks past into the spawn yet again, but he gets sniped out by Ritual. No. Not in my house. You're not even going to get close. 25 seconds left on the clock. Not enough time for either one of these teams to move into the base and get a flag opportunity. So it is going to be XSET leading 1-0 in this half, barring any miracles. And you got to give XSET credit, right? I think XSET has really adapted from that first capture the flag into the second capture the flag. In that first one, they were very, very slow out of the gate. Very, very slow overall. So when they opened up here in round number 1, XSET just immediately bum rushed in. They had like a sneak attack. Not really sneak, but they bum rushed in. They caught ManCity off guard in terms of how much pressure, and they weren't able to kind of deal with it. Even when Trippin did get one elimination, they just weren't far enough on the map to stop that flag. As you see, XSET again putting up some big numbers. Marius with the double digits, but nobody's really able to kind of keep up the pressure that XSET has been able to do so far today. Let's see the breakout yet again. XSET not charging in this time, taking a little bit of a slow approach. Muzz getting angled out. Ritual trying to do what he can from the window. Marius underneath. He gets spotted out, but he gets traded. Cold pushes up along with Trippin. Missed snipe from Ritual. Not something you see very often, but Trashy sneaks behind enemy lines, gets the flag out. Even though multiple members of ManCity are spawning up, they're not going to be able to extend towards the rocks, so it has to be towards the pool. Trashy versus Trip, flag versus flag. Neither one wanting to take the risk as Trashy runs out of sprint. This is where it's going to get tough. Over the top, Marius is there. XSET get some help. Even though the flag has not been returned just yet, XSET is able to get the flag all the way to their side. ManCity doing the same, so it is going to be a good old-fashioned stalemate. Cold goes down, Trippin in the window. And what a nice one. He does have the sniper rifle watching over the whole center of the field. XSET slowing things down. Interesting to see, even with Marius down, you see the flag all the way towards the other end. That's going to be Muzz holding on to that one. Oof. That was a great pre-fire there, but Edgy's going to go down to Cold. Threats and him are trying to move up.
Trippin probably heard something coming. That's Trashy on the other side. That's the one who originally started this play for XSET, as another elimination is going to go through on the other side. Cold pushing in. But you see in the picture-in-picture, I don't know who these observers are, but they always deserve the best shout-out in the world, showing that picture-in-picture. Fresh off the respawn, XSET making turtle back. And they know Threats and Cold are somewhere. They might not know exactly where they're at, but the shots are finally going to come in. Even though one elimination is going to be had, it's going to be onto Edgy. Not much to gain off of that one. Threats goes down. Cold falls. Stalemate will continue with 3 minutes left on the clock. But you see the change up right here. Muzz is going in. Not only does he have no utility, and when he dies and he respawns, he's going to get that utility, but he's the Juggernaut player, which means he has more HP and he heals much faster than anybody else. Cold cluster towards the outside. A little bit more damage on the Muzz, but again, we talked about Juggernaut, and we talked about how the prominence in its game and the role it's going to play as Cold takes out one. You see multiple eliminations going both ways. Trashy repositioning on the other side. That's going to be, I think, Cold pushing in. Cold versus Trashy. I think Trashy is waiting for the respawn to come in. Muzz is going to spawn just in time. Shots on the Cold. They take him down. Flag return comes in. XSET score their second flag of the game. Great plays by both Ritual and Muzz to get that flag return. 2-0 XSET lead. And this is the kind of game I thought I was going to see in map number 1. And XSET playing to their full potential here. Marius once again shooting bodies. Not sure what for. You're losing, brother. Probably put that focus into winning the game, and maybe something will happen. There's still 2 minutes left on the clock. A lot of time here for 2 flag captures come out for ManCity, but they need to start playing a little bit more tight and perfect. Marius with elimination, but he's going to fall shortly after. Trippin has moved up into the bubble. Double angles for XSET. Even though he dealt a good amount of damage, he falls shortly after. XSET setting 3 members on the flag, ridding every single member of ManCity off their side. Letting them know, you shall not pass. Not today, buddy. Minute and 30. 2 members of XSET are going to fall. Marius pushing up on the other side. Ritual knows exactly where he's at, or at least where he's thinking from. Gets the call out to Muzz as the shots go over. Marius repositions. Not finding the opportunity he wants, but Ritual still makes a play. Back-to-back eliminations. Ritual with the 20 bomb already. Tries to go for the snipe. Cold takes down 1. Goes back-to-back. Goes on to a 3 speed for Cold. Can he get 4? Cold is a menace here in the game. But Ritual spawning up just in the nick of time. He would have had to go on to 5 or 6 to make something happen for ManCity. Doesn't matter how good you are. You need the team to back you up, and Cold did not have it. Meanwhile, XSET did. Great defensive stop yet again. Trashy sacrificing himself to make sure his opponents go down. Edgy versus Marius. Marius is able to win, but Muzz immediately pushes in to get the elimination. Can Cold do it again? Cold is going to need another 4 spree if he's looking to win. 30 seconds left on the clock. Emoting. Doesn't look like ManCity is going to have an opportunity. Ritual with 21. Cold with 23. There's only so much you can do as an individual in this game, and it does look like XSET, barring any miracles, are going to be able to take this game. Threat still pushing forward, along with Cold, but they immediately get taken down. Seconds left on the clock. That's going to be it. That's going to be the end. XSET, even though they're pushing up, they're not going to get the third flag capture. They're going to have to stick with 2. They win 2-0 in map number 3 and take a 2-1 lead in the series. Ritual spawning up just in the nick of time. He would have had to go on to 5 or 6 to make something happen for ManCity. Doesn't matter how good you are. You need the team to back you up, and Cold did not have it. Meanwhile, XSET did. Great defensive stop yet again. Trashy sacrificing himself to make sure his opponents go down. Edgy versus Marius. Marius is able to win, but Muzz immediately pushes in to get the elimination. Can Cold do it again? Cold is going to need another 4 spree if he's looking to win. 30 seconds left on the clock. Emoting. Doesn't look like ManCity is going to have an opportunity. Ritual with 21. Cold with 23. There's only so much you can do as an individual in this game, and it does look like XSET, barring any miracles, are going to be able to take this game. Threat still pushing forward, along with Cold, but they immediately get taken down. Seconds left on the clock. That's going to be it. That's going to be the end. XSET, even though they're pushing up, they're not going to get the third flag capture. They're going to have to stick with 2. They win 2-0 in map number 3 and take a 2-1 lead in the series. There we go. Let's see the prediction right now. XSET. Some good points going on over to whoever voted XSET. Hey, this time around, we're only going to put 2 minutes on the clock instead of 5. Who wins map 4? We're going to be putting that prediction, so get ready to predict on it. Two minutes on the clock, starting now. XSET versus ManCity. Tripp is a throw today. Trippin is not necessarily playing as good as we would think he could play, but it's a team game. It's a team game. So I think XSET is going to remember our predictions. Remember our predictions. I had XSET 3-2. Right now it is 2-1. ManCity could still tie us up on the King of the Hill, but from what I've seen of the King of the Hill so far, I think XSET is going to close this out 3-1. So please, everybody, if I could bet on my own prediction, I would put all the points on XSET. I would put all the points on XSET. It was about 250 something. 250 something, I think it was. In the last King of the Hill. I think it was. Clips the 220-point mark. Even though ManCity is starting to rear up and gain some momentum late in this game, I'm not sure it's going to be enough. XSET has been looking strong, but I might have spoke too soon. Both Trashy and Muzz both go down. And that's going to be a good amount of time right now. XSET is looking to stagger themselves out, hold, wait for the players to respawn in. That's about 10 seconds. ManCity was able to get his threats, just gets melted towards the outside. Tripping on the 4-scope. A little unorthodox as he tries to go for the quick scope onto Thrashy. That's not going to be good enough as Threat sneaking around the outside. He gets angled out. Double team. He falls. This is not looking good for ManCity as XSET has now reached 230 points. Edgy holding down the hill. Muzz has the additional angle. This is not looking good as McCold tries to bleed himself in. He's going to fall. A winnable situation. This is danger zone for ManCity as Threats tries to win the fight towards the outside. He gets denied. Muzz is going in. That's the third and straight elimination for XSET, and they know this is going to be a victory. They know this is going to be a tie series, and that was a molly-whopping of a game. That was that replay, but you know what? We're in a hurry to get these games underway. We want to watch these games right now. Games, games, games. All we want is more games. I wonder if they're playing the lower side right now. I think they should be, in theory. We'll check if that second stream is actually up or not. I appreciate you, Kyle, by the way. Early opening is looking like it is going to go to XSET right now. On time and eliminations, ManCity not looking alive here to start this game off. Frag over the top. Cold, unable to push up just yet. Has to get around the corner first. Grenade towards the outside, but Edgy's going to go down regardless. Threats falls. Finally, ManCity showing some life here as he gets a pop over the top. Nice elimination for Cold. Nice elimination over the outside. They knew exactly where Muzz is at. Bull rushes in, gets that first elimination. Back to the scene of the crime, kicks Edgy out of the bubble, and he hides behind it. He's not even fully in the bubble, but it finally exploded by the EMP. He falls. Threats goes along with him. First hill rotation on over. Nobody wants it just yet, as there's still about 16 seconds at the time of time left on this hill. And XSET with a late push is going to steal it on back. An early 20-plus point lead for XSET. But already, Threats is going to be the one on the hill. Cold getting the spawn towards the outside. Two members of XSET are pushing in. They have multiple angles, but the bubble shield is allowing Threats to stay alive just a little bit longer. Ritual with a nice shot on the Cold takes him down, but two members of XSET immediately fall. Make it 3. Count up the numbers. And that's going to be a nice defensive stop for ManCity. Showing some early life. They woken up after that first hill. They woken up after that first hill. Ooh, dynamite towards the outside. It just goes a little bit too far. Bounces over the top, but multiple members of XSET. They break into the bubble. Finally disappears, and that's going to be disaster for Cold. He goes down. XSET with a late push into the hill, and they're going to get a good amount of time. That's about 25 seconds that they're going to steal back from ManCity, who's still getting the spawn deep towards the outside. Muzz, Juggernaut trying to stay alive. He's going to get dropped there, but only a couple of seconds. Scrap time left for ManCity.
And that's going to allow for XSET. You see the spawn in towards the center of the map. They're going to be the first ones to rotate on over to next. That's going to be Trashy trying to fortify that position. Muzz is just trying to hold the 50 line. Him and Ritual, two different elevations. Ritual gets one. Muzz sneaking around, but he gets dropped on from above. Two members of XSET fall, which opens up a window of opportunity here for ManCity. Even though Trashy is trying to hide, get a sneak attack, that's unable to work on threats. He's not going to fall for that one, but immediately two more members fall. A three-man angle, the triangle chokehold. Four go down all together for ManCity. Trippin trying to do what he can fresh off the respawn, but he is trapped. He is trapped here in the middle. Doesn't really have much of an angle. Trashy is just trying to hold him at bay. Multiple members of ManCity are trying to push in through the other side until Trashy has enough. Takes out one. Edgy takes out another. Marius is trying to do what he can, but he's only able to get one before he falls. Muzz goes back to back. Great defensive stop for XSET on this hill. And now if ManCity wants to push in, they're going to get less than 10 seconds overall as Marius goes down. Does look like Cold is soon to follow. Muzz going down is a blessing in disguise because now he gets free utility, free shield all the way back up. And with Cold trapped here, even if he gets the elim, you get nothing for it at all. And XSET, quick off of the respawn. They go and take the spawn side first. They know if we're going to get this hill, we're going to have to keep spawning up on this side, and they're going to use that to their advantage. Edgy's going to fall, but two more members of XSET slowly but surely bleed into that hill. They take full advantage. The numbers are there. Trippin finally starting to get some snipes heated up in this game before his teammates go in. Reinforcements of the army. Cold tries to jump in, but he gets taken down. Threats is trying to alleviate some of that pressure and continue to trade in their favor. Finally, ManCity finds some success, but because of XSET's early on moves, they're able to get that spawn towards the outside. That's Edgy. That's Ritual. Trashy and Muzz, they crash in through the other side as well. Another successful breakthrough on this hill for XSET. And even with all this, it's only about a 40-point differential between these two teams. ManCity getting a lot of that scrap time. XSET being able to set up for the majority of theirs. Even though they don't have double the time, you might as well call it so. ManCity first to rotate on this hill. Most of their focus is going to be over the top towards the middle, trying to catch out XSET on this rotation. But Cold goes down. Trippin hits the snipe. Luckily for him, he's able to follow up with elimination onto Edgy. They get the outward spawn, but Marius needs help. He needs some help. Finally, two more members of XSET are able to break through. They're waiting for Muzz and Edgy fresh off the respawn. There's four members of XSET pushing on over this side of the map. They're trying to overpower ManCity on the hill. Cold is going to be the first one going down. Edgy's going to fall. Another one's going to go down. Great flank coming in through the middle from Trip, but it's only going to last for so long before Muzz and Trashy finally beat the punch. Again, it's XSET breaking through the defense for ManCity. They're not able to put their numbers in the right place at the right time. They're playing checkers, XSET playing chess, and they're seeming to break through every single move ManCity is throwing at them. And another breakthrough, even though they're going to get 10 more seconds for this hill before they maneuver on over. It's going to be reset back to the center of the map for hill number 1. ManCity knows good amount of control here towards the middle, towards the statue means a good probability of success. They're sending multiple members out there, but nobody is able to get any eliminations. A big spree for threats as he's starting to heat up. 15 overall. Bubble shield going down. Knows that there's somebody waiting for him on the other side. EMP breaking the only safety he had, and he gets dropped like a fly. Cold trying to move in, cluster towards the outside. Members of XSET are trying to scatter around to try to get the angles needed, and a huge amount of success is going to be found for that quick moment. Ritual, full health in the hill. 30 seconds left. This is a potential runaway game for XSET unless ManCity starts to show life, and this is match point for XSET as well. Cold trying to go in, cause a little bit of a distraction, but it's not enough. ManCity is just getting taken down one by one, not really having an opportunity to even play the game as a team. XSET is just throwing themselves at the hill, and they're finding so much success because of it. And now they've finally achieved that 200-point mark, or I might have spoke too soon. 199. Trashy leaves the hill just a second too early, but they're trying to break the hill. They've had a lot of success doing so I can't fault them for any of the moves that they are making. As Edgy tries to move in with the bubble shield, immediately gets broken by the EMP, and he's gonna fall. ManCity trying to hold on to this hill. It's not looking good. Multiple members of XSET are just throwing themselves at it. Finally, ManCity shows some life on the defensive stop. Edge goes down. Cold getting 2. But they need to be perfect for not just this hill. 2 hills, maybe even 3 consecutive hills. They need to be lights out, and already doesn't look like they paid the bill. Muzz and Ritual find 2, and they're looking like they're going to find a 3rd. Lights out yet again. No life, no hope. Looking like XSET's going to give that over to ManCity. Marius caught through the middle. Another angle by Trashy. It's a simple game of numbers, a simple game of geometries. They brought out their protractor, and they have every angle in the book to make this a lights-out game so far for XSET. And once again, Trashy first to rotate on over. XSET holding middle control to make sure anybody rotates towards that side. They're going to have to funnel in, and they're going to have to funnel in weak. Else they're going to be met with this type of resistance, with Edgy getting one. Tries to go for two, but unfortunately, their luck has fallen short. And this is going to be ManCity's biggest chance to start to build that momentum on their side. They took down Trashy, the only member of XSET on that hill. But they do have the spawn because of it. Edgy, Muzz trying to hold tough on that side. Edgy goes down again. Muzz falls as well. They were at least able to get one onto Trippin. Red's just trying to hide in the corner. Able to peek just a little bit, take down Trashy. Ooh, Muzz with the perfect aim. Able to take down Marius. Forcing ManCity into a little bit of a scramble, trying to figure out where they're going to get the eliminations from. As the players on the hill go down, the ones off the hill don't. And that's not what you need to have happen. Marius getting pushed back by Trashy. He falls, but multiple members exit on the hill. They're going to bleed this one out. Muzz 26 yet again. King of the hill looking to be his playground here in this game. 8 seconds. 8 seconds is all that's needed for XSET to win. About 90 or so seconds for ManCity. Talked about perfection. We're going to need to see it here. Cold. Nice elimination onto Trashy, but the rest of his teammates just fell onto the hill. XSET bleeding this one dry. They're just getting hill time while Cold is just distracted. Multiple members need to go in. Tripp is trying to do what he can. Marius falls. Threats is trying to backtrack and get the elimination at the same time, but XSET, they scrapped the hill time together. 251 60-second, 3-1. XSET qualify for the Esports World Cup and the Grand Finals. Uh-oh. All I gotta say, XSET is just looking good. Ooh, and while we shoot out the replay to social media, able to take down Marius. Go and check the replay in full screen. ManCity in a little bit of a scramble, trying to figure out where they're going to get the eliminations from. As the players on the hill go down, the ones off the hill don't. And that's not what you need to have happen. Marius getting pushed back by Trashy. He falls, but multiple members exit on the hill. They're going to bleed this one out. Muzz 26 yet again. King of the hill looking to be his playground here in this game. 8 seconds. 8 seconds is all that's needed for XSET to win. About 90 or so seconds for ManCity. Talked about perfection. We're going to need to see it here. Cold. Nice elimination onto Trashy, but the rest of his teammates just fell onto the hill. XSET bleeding this one dry. They're just getting hill time while Cold is just distracted. Multiple members need to go in. Tripp is trying to do what he can. Marius falls. Threats is trying to backtrack and get the elimination at the same time, but XSET, they scrapped the hill time together. 251